All right.
What's going on?
What's going on?
Yo.
Let's get this mic set up right. Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
All right.
All right.
What's going on?
Just remember, kids, the older you get, the more rules they're going to try to get you to follow. You just got to keep living. Livin.
I guess I can unplug this
Ring light. Fast.
since we're not recording video.
No audio. We only got the, no visual. We got the audio.
Yes.
Audio visual.
Just audio.
Yeah, it's okay.
No visual. Why is my voice so much quieter than yours?
It's kind of aiming at me, I guess.
It kind of is. You know what I was thinking today? We need to get another microphone because we're out there now and
yeah,
we're consistently doing this. Why not invest in ourselves another $100 and get another microphone?
Yeah.
Except I don't know how to figure out how to get them two microphones into one computer. That would be interesting.
Probably like an adapter out there.
Yeah.
You gotta, throw it out there to,
the out there world. Comment below. Let us know. It's super simple.
Are other pimps in the podcasting world?
Yeah. If you have a podcast and you're listening and we don't know about it, then what are you even doing?
What are you doing? What's going on?
I mean, what's going on? So, Russ, what's going? Oh, well, let's set the scene here because a lot of conversation and human interaction is going to be facial expressions, physical expressions.
Sure.
And you miss out a lot of that when you're listening to a podcast or recording a podcast and not the video.
That's facts.
So let's set the scene here. We're in the usual. We're back at our normal spot. We're not going to be having interruptions like last week. All right.
Yeah. We're back at the pad.
So, I'm in my work clothes, and I realized I smell. I apologize for that.
I mean, it is what it is, man. Sometimes you get home from work, you got those list of things that you got to do. Whether it's the dairy do list, whether it's the I gotta do this list,
The honey-do list.
Yeah, man. Like, you don't change.
So yeah, I mean, and I'm feeling pretty successful. We got another part done on our project that we're working on.
Yeah, fast.
We're not gonna release that yet. Just stay tuned because it's gonna be exciting. It's an exciting project.
Yeah.
We're about 4 episodes in. 3.
It's definitely gonna keep you on the edge of your seat. Like, it's got to mix.
It's working up.
Yeah, it definitely is.
The finale's gonna be awesome.
And like sometimes trying things out, like get going with things, you're just learning as you go.
Yeah.
But I feel like, as far as the video and content goes, like it doesn't build up more and more with quality. Like it stays pretty consistent with how good a quality like we've planned out it to be.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time though because the way we're filming it is the only way we can film it, and it's not the way I want to film it. I want to film some quality freaking content like I showed you.
Oh yeah.
But it's just not working for us. We're filming right as it's getting dark, in the dark. We're filming fast and trying to get the job done fast, whereas I wanted to have the video be first, but it's also going to start snowing, and we can't be doing this project in the snow for the most part. So, not to put a downer on it, the end product's going to be amazing, but these episodes we're working up with,
yeah,
it's back and forth. I'd say every other episode's going to be quality, but I mean the content itself's mad quality.
Oh yeah.
Just the filming is going to be kind of rough because it's 1-man job, 2-man job, trying to deal with it. So yeah, we got some stuff done on that project. Ate some Taco Bell. Now we're here in the squad room. We should call it? We need a name for this. What should we name this?
I don't know.
Squad room's awful. I don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna go with that, but then
it's not good.
Squad room.
Don't even try.
So everybody knows you got a place in your house, or you got a place that you go to. What do you call it?
No, this room was gonna be the think tank.
Dang. Okay.
And that's where I was gonna get all my mad scientist stuff done, like starting a podcast and such, and the list of other crap I have on the wall.
We got literally a whiteboard on the wall with stuff that was written down probably a year ago.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a year ago now. I wasn't there for that though. That's Dakota's stuff. We'll have him on the show here soon.
We'll catch him on here. Yeah, like think tank. You got like the man cave, fallout shelter. What else? You know. Jacked shack. Some people work out and get jacked in there.
Yeah. You
know,
the garage. The pool room, the bar, the what? People got the mini bars in their house, bro.
Oh, facts. Okay, I thought you were meaning like they go to the bar.
No.
Which I mean, if you
I'm just thinking of other man caves I've seen and what they have, the movie room, the gaming room. I don't know.
Yeah.
Huh. We'll think of something.
No, I mean, yeah. Best comment wins.
There we go. Thank you so much for all the views we've been getting. They spiked, obviously. That was the plan. Get some content out there and then spike the views up. But keep them coming. We need the subscriptions, man. Come on. You can't just watch one video and go away.
Yeah, what's going on?
And if you can, we're failing our job.
Exactly.
At telling you what's going on because you'll want to be on the edge of your seat and listening to the next episode. Well, that's enough of that. What's going on with you?
So let's
we haven't seen each other in like 4 days.
Yeah, it's been a little bit. It's been a
4 days is a long time.
Too long. But
when you're bros,
it's always fun after like even 2 days to like catch up and talk because we just like go off about like what happened or like tell the funniest freaking stories.
And so, those of you that know Russell, he's a very good storyteller. And you know he's exaggerating, but it's so well done, and it just adds to the story so much. And to have Russell tell you what happened in a weekend like we are right now, it's probably going to sound like a week worth of events, but I don't know. What were you doing this weekend? What was going on?
So all right. My brother's like, hey, what are you doing Monday? I'm like, I'm pretty sure I got to work Monday. He's like, okay. Try and get it off because I wanted to look at some trucks and we're going to have to drive and go look at them and I might potentially buy one. And I'm like excited because Logan has really good taste, okay? I'm going to just put that out there. Like he has really good taste in vehicles, in clothing, in, I mean, you name it. Like he gets the most quality thing.
I was just going to say he buys quality. He does it right the first time.
So, being particular like that, it's not a bad thing. I think it's a really good thing. Mm-hmm. But sometimes it's hard to, like, narrow down what you want. So, him, like, telling me, hey, we're going to go look at these. I was, like, excited for him. I'm like, okay, bet. Like, because he was thinking about getting a Hummer for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, would be cool, but, like, practical, you know, with gas prices. And probably not.
I don't even think they're that great of vehicles anyways.
Yeah, I don't know. They're hyped up to be awesome, especially, like, if you go just wherever the heck you want to go, off-road, in the dirt, in the mud, like, it'll take you there. And, like, that's kind of been Logan's mentality with, like, vehicles and things. He just wants something he can get in and go drive and not worry about where he's going.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm sure a lot of people share that same ideal, like, picture is, like, I just want to go and, you know, enjoy the moments with this thing. So, we meet up, and we go to Cedar, and we're just, you know, chilling at the pad, and so our parents are remodeling the whole house.
No way.
So we have like this old wood flooring.
Yeah.
And so they got everything tore up, all the couches, all the beds are out of the rooms.
Really?
Like, everything's like,
really?
Oh,
they're finally doing it.
They're doing it. They're sending it. And it looks so good. Oh my gosh, wood flooring in a house.
They put new wood flooring in?
No, it was underneath all the carpets.
Oh yeah.
Just like the first room.
Yeah,
like there's wood in the whole house upstairs. Like that's an old house.
Yeah.
And so we're like, okay, guess we're sleeping on the couch downstairs.
Yeah.
So of course, you know, we go downstairs and sleep on the couch, and we're like, hey, what time are we getting up? Well, we got to get up at like 5 or like something. because we had to get down, and then I had to try and be back to work on time. So like, that was whole like fiasco. But our dad ended up like talking to us about all these things till like 11 o'clock. So I was like,
gosh.
all right, we're waking up extra early. I'm driving, and now here we are going to bed at 11 or 12. And so yeah, sure enough, the alarm goes off. We get up. We're both groggy, and he doesn't say much. We get in the car. We start driving. We get gas, and then we just jump on the road. We just go. Mm-hmm. And, we like to set the idea of what it looks like for me and Logan in the car. We're not bumping music. We're not singing at the top of our lungs. But we're just bouncing off each other on movie quotes and like times we've had and like things that we've been through. And so it's literally like the funnest thing. Like, because we're just like laughing each other's heads off, like just throwing movie quotes out there and relating movie quotes to stuff we see. And like, it's just so fun. I'm sure, people have the same thing with their siblings too. But like, or even in friendships, I feel like we do that sometimes. It's kind of a thing.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're driving up north. And, everything's chill and good. And we made really good time. Like, literally, we got to Fillmore and, like, up in that area, like, way, way good time. Because, I had the radar detector. Mm-hmm. I had the Waze app. If you don't know what Waze is, get Waze. Because, like, it just helps you out. Like, even if you do, like, 5 over the speed limit. And it's good to just know, like, hey, there's a cop or there might be an incident up ahead. Yeah. Be safe.
The road. Yeah.
So anyway,
not sponsored, but we should be.
Should be, dude. So we're driving, we're going. He's showing me the trucks that we're potentially gonna go look at, and I'm like stoked for them because they're sweet trucks. And we go look at the first one, and we meet this kid at his house, and we look around, look at it, we get in it, and we go for a test drive.
Was he in it with the guy that was selling it? Wasn't he even on the test drive?
No. So we go, and so the thing I like to do, because I've done this a lot, where I go drive, go somewhere with somebody, and we go look at the car. Like, this is like the kind of the routine I go through. Like, we get in it, we talk about stuff we see. I, like, open the glove box, I'm looking through everything, we're checking everything, checking lights, checking the freaking, sunshades and everything like that, dude. Yeah. And then we park it, pop the hood, look at it. So we literally pop the hood on this Silverado, and the little fiberglass, like, thing that goes over the lip in between the hood and like the front frame of the car falls off. And I'm like, what the heck?
And you're away from the kid's house?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
And I'm like, dude, like, this just fell off. This thing's a piece of crap. And Logan's like, yeah, man, this was not as clean as the pictures I was hoping it would be. Oh, and I was like, okay, great. So kid's asking $20K, and Logan's like, I'm not giving him $20K for this. And like, we like throw our bodies up underneath the car, and we're checking the engine, the undercarriage and stuff for rust and leaks. And I'm like, Logan, like, this got an oil leak, man. I'm like, it's active. Look at this.
It's active.
It's for real. And he's like, dang, it does. And I'm like, man, we got to talk to him about that. But like, at the same time, you think, all right, discount. Yeah, man, discount.
Yeah.
Write that down. Okay. So we get back to his house and kind of talk to him for a quick second. And we like tell him, hey, we can potentially meet you at the bank or something, but we're going to go get something to eat, talk about it, and then we'll let you know. So sure enough, we go eat, and Logan's like, yeah, I mean, I don't want to pay $20 for it, but like, I'd totally get it for like $18, maybe, $18.5. So we're talking about that, and then we meet the kid at the bank, and he tells him, hey, let's talk about the price before we go in the bank, because it's just, it's smart to get an idea of how much you're going to pay before you get in there, and the guy's like, hey, sign here.
Yeah.
So me and Logan talk, and like we just have this pep talk about what he's gonna say to him, how he's gonna say how much he wants to spend on it. So they're talking, and like I kind of put it across to him like, hey, and this kid didn't know a lot about his truck. He had it for 7 months, and he was like, we're like, what's been done to it, or like, what? Tell us the history of it. He's like, well, I don't really know. It's been a good truck for somebody for some years. And we're like, well, tell us about the previous owner. She's like, oh, it was my friend. I'm like, okay, what do you do for work? Like, where do you drive this thing? And all this and that. And so
At the bank, you're talking about this?
No, but in front of his car at the bank, not inside, but like at the place. I'm talking to Logan about this before he gets there. And so then I'm like, Logan, just tell him, like, hey, we don't want to pay $20K for a truck that you know nothing about. Like, if you knew that everything about this truck and you were like in confidence, like, yeah, this is good, this has been done to it, then yeah, we'd be more confident in buying it. And so he gets there, and Logan's like, yeah, well, I just, just the fact that, like, you don't really know much about it, I don't feel comfortable giving you $20K for it. And, like, I kind of saw the kid, like, almost roll his eyes, and I was like,
yeah, he just drove to the bank, dude.
Shoot.
Planning on buying a truck.
But, like, it was, like, it makes sense, but, like, sometimes just, even if you put it across a different way, I'm sure the kid would have been like, well, whatever,
Yeah.
So then Logan's like, I could do 18, 18 on it. He's like, I don't know if I'd pay more. And then we even went underneath the truck while that kid was there. Logan touched up on the oil leak.
Yeah.
And then, like, showed the active, like, liquid oil in his hand. It was like, look, like, it's leaking right now. And the kid just was like, yeah, whatever. And we're like, okay, dude, like, we're not paying $20K for a truck that has an oil leak, bro. That's what we just, like, are saying. And so he kind of...
So we're cutting $200 off. $2,000 off.
$2,000 off. So then the kid's like, the lowest I'd maybe even consider doing is like 19. Like 19. And Logan's like, well, would you do 18.5? And he sits there and thinks about it. And then he goes, nope, I couldn't do that. And then Logan's like, how about 18.750? And I'm looking at him, I'm like, bro, that's $250. That's $250 from 19. Like, come down. You got an oil leak, bro. That thing fell off your hood as soon as we popped it. Like, come on, bro. And he looks at Logan, and he's just like, yeah, I can't do it. And Logan's like, well, all right, that's okay. And they shake hands or whatever. And this guy even had his coworker pulling up, like, he's going to pick him up after.
Well, yeah, why would you meet him at the bank if you're not going to buy it?
Like, anyways, it was, so we just walk away, and,
I mean, it's a good tactic from a buyer's standpoint, because you're at the bank and the kid's like, okay, I'm selling it. And then you're like, all right, I'll give you this much.
Right
We're
now.
here at the bank.
Right here, right now.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good tactic.
Yeah.
But I feel like you should have been like, hey, there's this. I feel comfortable giving you 18. I can meet at the bank right now. But, I mean, whatever.
No,
you gotta be harsh when you're buying cars.
I mean, it's how it goes. Like, it's just the market. Like, so anyways, he drives off. Me and Logan get in the car, and he's like, yeah, I'm actually kind of glad I didn't get that. And I was like, yeah, dude, like, had an active oil leak and all this stuff was, janky about it. And so, I mean, there's a few other things that were pretty bad. We're like, geez, man, like, hey, how about this? And he just
the fact that
didn't
he
even
only had
act
it
like
for
he was
7
there.
months.
Yeah, it was just a joke. And so, anyways, we're sitting there, and we're like, well, what do we do now? And Logan's like, I don't know. I think we should just go back home. I was like, yeah? He's like, yeah, I don't know. And then he was kind of still looking at trucks in the area and people like we could message. And so we get on the freeway, start heading back, and, he messages this guy and just, like, sees if he'll, like, reply back. Because he said, like, he wouldn't be available till, like, 4 o'clock. And I was like, that's not going to work.
Yeah. You have work in an hour and you're 4 hours away.
Yeah. And I was like, no. And so then he's like, well, could you do earlier? And then the kid's like, what are you guys thinking? I was like, we got to at least look at that thing before 12.
Yeah.
And then the kid's like, well, I had plans, but I can meet you at my house right now. And then Logan's like, all right, send us the address. So we turn around, head back up, like probably an hour.
Oh, jeez.
And get there, and the kid's super chill, super cool, talking to us about the truck. He's had it for 4 years. Perfect. And this guy, he was telling us everything about it. Like, he's Perfect. That's what I said. I was like, sweet. And we get there, huge rims, 4-inch lift, nice tires, nice truck. And he was asking like $1,750. And I was like, bet, Logan, like, you're just about to buy that other truck for $18,500 or $18,000.
Fully stocked, freaking.
Yeah. So we're talking to him, and on the listing, he's like, no lowballers, like all caps.
Yeah.
No lowballers. Because you already know he's been like hit up, and like, guys like, oh yeah, 10K, dude? You do 10K? And he actually told us, he's like, yeah, this kid literally messaged me. It was just 11K, question mark. And he's like, I just didn't even play.
Yeah.
Dang.
That's how it goes.
Yeah, so we're talking to him, and he's like, yeah, so like no lowballing. And then Logan's like, we're all looking at the truck, and at this point, Logan's like, well, what's lowballing to you, like at this point, for this truck?
Yeah.
And then he literally says to us, don't come back with anything less than 15K.
That's a mistake right there.
And I was like, looked at Logan, I was like, let's go to the bank. And so he gets down, and we're like, yeah, we'll go to the bank, we'll come back. I was like, I'll come back with 11 for you. And he's all laughing. He's like, yeah, dude, I'll kick you off my lawn so quick. He's like, you ain't gonna mess with me. And so we're like, all right, man. So we get in the car. We drive to the bank. The lady's like, yeah, you're pre-approved for, 18, so you can definitely do it. We punch in all the mods on the truck. And I think it's sweet. I'm almost telling Logan, like, buy this so I can buy it from you.
Yeah.
This thing's sick. And so we're sitting there at the bank, and we're messaging this kid, and we're like, hey, like, we're down. Like, meet us at the bank. And then he's like, here, call me. Here's my number. So Logan calls him, and he's talking to him, and he's like, hey, there's one, slight major, hiccup that I forgot to mention. And I'm like,
great.
What the heck is going on? And he's like, so I didn't have my license when we bought the truck, but my brother is the one that bought it, so his name's on the title and everything. He's like, but I can text him real quick, and he can meet us in a bank in Harriman, and he can sign off on the title, and then I can, sell it to you. And Logan's like, what?
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, but, like, it was just kind of fishy, because, like, here he is asking 17.5, whatever, and then it's not even, like, technically his truck. Because his name isn't even on the title. Like, 4 years, you'd switch your name onto the title. It just makes sense. So, like, it was just a little off. And so Logan's like, okay, we'll call you back. Like, let's think it over. We'll call you back. So we're sitting there, we're having this pep talk, and he's like, man, that's sketchy. He's like, I don't know. I feel weird about this. Like, I don't feel right. And I was like, tell you what, let's call him back, and you tell him 15.5. And you'll meet at the bank right now.
Okay.
And so Logan's like, all right, 15.5, we could probably do it. And he sat there for a little bit longer, and we were thinking about it. And so we call him back, and Logan's like, okay, yeah, we could probably do that. He's like, but if we do that and I meet you at the bank, I'd probably try and do 15.5. Could you do that? The kid thinks about it. He goes, yeah, that's fine. like that. And then Logan's like, okay, sweet, yeah, we'll, whatever, text your brother, send us the address, hangs up. And Logan goes, that was way too easy.
Yeah.
He's like, this is sketch.
Yeah.
He's like, that kid went from 17.550 to 15.5 and was totally chill about it. He's like, this is just weird, man. He's like, I don't know.
That's kind of weird.
So we start driving, and I start heading to, like, Harriman. I put it in my maps. Logan gets the phone, texts the kid. He's like, hey, never mind. I changed my mind. I don't want to do it. Sorry for wasting your time, whatever. And then just put the phone in my lap, and I saw the text, and I was like, we're not doing it? No? He's like, no. I'm like, okay. So then I changed the directions. I head towards I-15, and we're driving, and he's like, man, I don't know. It's a nice truck. He's just like, I just don't know.
Did you guys test drive it?
Yeah.
And
it was
nice?
sick.
Oh.
It was sweet. Nothing wrong with it. Like, I swear, everything was tight.
Yeah.
And, so we're driving, and Logan keeps going on and on about, man, I don't know, man. Like, it's just, I could do it. He's like, we could meet him in Harriman. I just don't know. He's just like, I don't feel good about it. And I was like, Logan. I was like, okay, listen. Do you want it? Do you really want it? Do you have that feeling that you need to have it? Like, you love it, you can't get away from it, you need it. He goes, no. I was like, shut up. And he's like, oh, Russ, real glad you came, man. Real glad you're here. And so, because again, like that whole road trip was just us laughing our heads off about the stupidest crap.
Yeah.
And it was like so fun, and like we were just vibing and like making fun of stuff, and like saying we were gonna run over mailboxes while test driving the trucks, and then blame the drivers that we were test driving the trucks from, and like all this stuff. Like we were just having a hoot. And so we get back over and we're like, hey, we're pretty hungry, better get something to eat, and we're still looking at potentially maybe stopping and looking at other trucks, but nobody else really replied in time. So, it was all good, but we got back at a good time and everything. It was like kind of stormy. It was kind of raining up there, so we got some spots for rain and whatnot, but like all in all, like it was fun because you were all like hyped about him getting a truck.
Yeah.
And then we like sent Snapchats of other trucks that were passing us on the freeway and saying it was Logan in there, and then we're like, psych! He didn't even get a truck.
Yeah, I'm all stoked for Logan to get a truck. And then so they're going up there to get a Chevy. What are you doing?
Dude.
Russell's itching his happy trail right now.
It's a happy trail, man.
Oh, frick.
My bad. My bad, dude. People do it sometimes, all right?
Hey, man.
I mean, even I'm sure chicks got happy trails every once in a while.
Yeah,
Everybody can relate to that.
Yeah. It's relatable content, man.
I mean, it's just too bad I didn't get that on video.
Okay.
That's why we got the auto-vis, so people can just think it and not actually watch it.
So, I'm stoked because Logan's going up there to buy a Chevy Silverado. And then I get a Snapchat of Russell, from Russell, and it's of a
Ford Raptor
on the freaking freeway. And Russell's like, there he is. He already took it off mud and we're coming back home. I was like, no way. No way. and then Russell pans over and Logan's just sitting in the car like, you idiots. And they didn't get a freaking truck up there and back for nothing. So, yeah, it's just disappointing.
Yeah, it's a little sad. But, he was saying on the way back, he's like, the right one will come around. I was like, you know how many guys think that about girls and it never happens, dude? Don't worry, dude. This chick totally ruined my life. Hey, the right one's going to come around.
Yeah, you're the only one that thinks so.
Yeah, okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
Shoot.
I'm just kidding. I totally thought that when I was a young buck before I was married. Oh, frick, dude. That Taco Bell is
hopeless
frickin'.
romantic.
I know, dude. Seriously.
Yeah, it's all right, though.
Yeah.
But
that's great.
So woke up at 5, drove all the way up there, all the way back, get back at about 5. Okay.
12 hours, yeah.
And then I worked from 5 to 10.
Wow. That's so awful.
It was the longest day of my life.
No, yeah, I feel that.
It was pretty bad.
Well, I spent my whole weekend in the car, too.
Yeah. So tell me, let's hear about your weekend, dude.
So...
all mountain man and shiz.
So, we went up north and went to Lagoon with the in-laws. And then I figured since we were halfway to Wyoming, I would text my uncle. This was a couple months ago that I texted him. But I was also at Lagoon when I texted him. So it sounds like I'm at Lagoon all the time. But I went to Lagoon twice. And both happened to have texting my uncle involved. Text my uncle, I'm like, hey, you should hunt elk this season. It's like, of course. I said, I can't. Can I come? He's like, of course. So I'm like, heck yeah. I'll let you know what day. So I'm his daughter, my cousin, is going to SUU. So I was asking her when she's going back home, trying to figure out how to get there without driving 8 hours. So it works out that we're going to Lagoon, one of the weekends that they're available to go hunting. So we go to Lagoon, stay the night. Well, we stay the night, go to Lagoon, and then right after Lagoon, we could drive the extra 4 hours to Wyoming. Let me tell you, driving only 4 hours to Wyoming is so much better than driving 8 hours in one day.
Holy cow, I can imagine. Wait, so is this your mom's side or your dad's side?
My mom's side.
Okay, so the mom's side. Okay, chill. So, like...
this is Uncle Kylie.
Driving all the way from here to Wyoming, I feel it. Because I did it not too long ago.
Yeah, that's true, huh?
And, like, you're exactly right. Like, it is a long drive.
Yeah.
I think any drive over 5 hours is terrible.
Hey, man. Next show season, we're going to Tennessee for my car.
Yeah, facts. We gonna
That's
drive.
a 12-hour drive, right?
We're definitely.
But yeah, we're going to do everything in between, I'd say.
Yeah.
We're just going to live life.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
All right. We got big plans coming up. You hear that? But anyways,
big
the real story starts the next morning. So we pull into Wyoming around 8 o'clock, which we made amazing time. Because walking around Lagoon and then showing up in Wyoming at 8 o'clock, I'd say is pretty freaking good timing. And so we get in there at 8 o'clock, and I go right to bed because we're waking up at 3:30 in the morning, baby.
No.
Yeah, that's a lot of work, man.
Dude, I thought it was rough and tough.
5
Waking
o'clock.
up at 5.
After going to sleep at 11.
3:30?
Yeah, 3:30.
That's like 5 hours of darkness while you're awake still.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
Did you not know this, or you just acting surprised for the podcast?
No, how do you function, dude?
That's why we're having the podcast 2 days after, because I'm already forgetting stuff.
Oh my god.
Yeah. When I have these days where I don't sleep, and the next day after, like we're like on a trip or something, I don't remember these trips, dude, because zero sleep. And that's why I think sleep's so important, so I can actually remember the good times, because I don't remember them after no sleep. The next like 3 nights later of good sleep, it's gone for me. So that's why we're here having a podcast, so I can remember it forever. We wake up at 30 in the morning, and I'm documenting every single detail in my mind, because I'm like, this is gonna be a freaking good podcast, man. So I'd spend a couple $100 on equipment to go out.
Camo.
Yeah, but yeah, I spent a lot of money on camo. That was a tangent I was gonna go into too. Why the frick are there so many hype beast brands for camo? Like freaking, it's spending money. I was at Sportsman's Warehouse, right? I was like, okay, I already have pants, and I had a sweatshirt I used to wear when we'd go coyote hunting, but I want a full-on camo sweatshirt. I want a full-on camo kit because I'm going to use it the rest of my life, and I want some camo. I've wanted some for a long time, but now I'm done growing. I can have some expensive hunting gear that I won't grow out of.
Okay.
And so I'm like walking around. I find these boots, bro. Oh my gosh, I've wanted boots for so long, since high school, dude. I just wanted some nice boots because I was hunting in freaking sneakers and it sucked.
Yeah.
Or Walmart boots that has zero cushion. It's just
Validated. No, that makes total sense.
So I walk in and it was love at first sight, dude. Found these boots. Got the boots, so I'm like, all right, $180 in the hole already.
Oh.
Nicest pair of footwear that I've ever purchased, by the way.
Comfy or what?
Yeah, and
wow.
They're just amazing. Have you seen them? Did I show you them?
No.
They're freaking sexy, dude.
Oh, dude.
Anyways, here, let me show you a picture of them. I took pictures before I got them all muddy.
Big old bet.
Then I was like, okay, I need a medium layer and a upper or top layer, so I'm warm. Holy fudge, dude! I'm not about to spend $300 on a jacket, so I just buy a sweatshirt, $34 for a nice King's Ammo.
Oh, there you go.
Sweatshirt.
Good compromise.
And then got some wool socks because I need some wool socks. Period. So I got some good wool socks. No, not these. And let me tell you, I put those wool socks on as soon as I got home. I didn't take them off for 24 hours. Those things are comfy as frick.
Oh yeah, wool socks, man.
Dude, once you wear like actual warm socks once, you realize how cold your feet are all the time. I just got a text from my uncle literally right now. We have Heather's beanie.
Oh dang, dude! Is that like
that's 8-hour drive for a freaking
beanie that she bought? Camo.
So I can't find these. Oh, there they are. Sexy things, dude.
Dang, dude.
A little photo shoot with the new boots, bro. Oh,
got
shoot.
the camo and the inlinings and
yeah,
stuff.
all right. Anyways, 3:30 in the morning. I'm wearing a Walmart jacket because it only cost $20.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, the wool socks and the sweatshirt were free because I signed up for the rewards. It was 25% off clothing, and I could have been spending $200+, but the 25% off got me to $185.
So
and that's how the boots were. So I got the socks, $20 socks, and a $30 sweatshirt.
Did you
for
sign
free.
up for a credit card?
No, just the rewards.
Okay.
So all they did was take down my phone number, and I got 25% off, dude.
No way.
Yeah, that sweatshirt was free. Oh, tangent I was going on. I looking at freaking camo gloves.
Yeah.
$200 gloves, bro. Nothing special
No.
about them. They're just camo, a Gucci freaking camo, like freaking
$200 gloves.
Yeah, dude, and they weren't even that insulated.
So like at that point, if you're wearing gloves that are $200, like, do they got Iron Man gadgets on them or what?
No,
like,
dude,
I feel like
they're just it's just the tag, dude. It's just the fancy,
brand name.
Yeah, it's the fancy
like
camo.
Vortex scopes or like what?
Killick.
Holy cow!
There's like all the freaking fancy camo brands, you know, like
Yeah.
Cryptic and Kiwi and Killick.
Kodak.
No, my uncle's got this whole kit, freaking Kiwi or something. I don't know what it is, but freaking. So I'm full decked out camo, right? I got sage camo, freaking pants, sage camo sweatshirt, freaking camo jacket. My uncle's got a green semi camo jacket on and some just desert tan pants, and I'm like, oh, I look like a freaking noob.
Oh shoot, dude.
And I got anyways, 3:30 in the morning. Get out of bed. I couldn't even sleep. I was excited. I had a hard time sleeping the last like 3 nights of the week.
Dude, that
because
brings back memories.
I
You're
was just
so
too
excited you can't sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what memories do you have?
Well, going up to my cabin, we would
Yeah.
literally, me and my brothers, we'd literally lay out our clothes that we were going to wear to our cabin.
Yeah.
And we had these
I
little...
literally did that the night before I went out.
When you lay out the clothes, you know it's a big
Oh,
deal.
yeah, dude. Oh, yeah.
But, like, we had these little knife sheaths that our grandpa beaded when we were little, and, like, we had our little pocket knives, so we always had on our belts when we go to our
That's
cabin.
dope.
And we would lay those out with our pants, and then I would have our ball cap, and we'd have, like, everything just perfect on the ground. And we
laid
would-
out in the actual layers that you're going to wear them, so you just put it
Exactly.
on, put it on.
Sometimes I did that for the first day of school, but...
No, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you couldn't sleep.
You just can't.
Maybe it's the laying out of clothes that makes you can't sleep, dude.
You're so excited to get in.
Well, I couldn't sleep the night before in the hotel. I couldn't sleep the night before.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I was just pumped. Like, work was easy because I wasn't even thinking about work. I was just thinking about, dang, I'm going to be up in the mountains this weekend. It's been so long since I've been out in the woods. And let me tell you, dude, like we were talking about last week on the podcast, how elk hunting's another level.
Oh,
Dude,
yeah.
Let me tell you. I don't know what I was imagining, because I knew we'd just be hiking up random hills and stuff, but we were like marching through like wooded area. So let me start from the beginning
Okay.
for the 4th time.
Yeah. No, it's good. We got a good background. We
Yeah,
got a good
yeah.
preface.
We've set the stage now.
Yeah.
I'm waking up, no sleep, but I'm still awake and excited as frick. So I wake up. Uncle's nowhere to be seen. He already texted me, "You up?" I said, "Yeah." It was like 5 minutes before my alarm went off.
He's
I was
already like halfway up a tree with his scope lined up on an elk to shoot one.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god.
He's like, "You up?" And I was like, "Yeah." And this was like 10 minutes before my alarm went off. So I just turned off my alarm, got out of bed, and I go out there. I'm like, he's not here. So there's cereal on the counter. I guess I'll just eat some of that. Eat a bowl of cereal. There's some stuff on the table, so start packing the pack, grab the hat, gloves. And because I was like, I'm not spending $200 on gloves, and the like cheapo gloves were like $50. So I was like, all right, I'll borrow his gloves and hat because I'm not buying the Gucci ammo stuff. I'll just, if I can't find any at Walmart, I'm just gonna go without camo.
Yeah.
So again, feeling it like a noob because he's wearing only a camo jacket. That's it.
Dang.
And so he's like, yeah, I just threw some snacks in your pack. Here, take this. Hands me a freaking Glock in case a bear grabs you. And then
Oh yeah. Your Snapchat to me,
dude, I knew you'd love
I
that.
showed everyone in our friend group on Snapchat.
What
And I
is-
resent it
so-
into group Snapchats. I was like, look at McKade with his freaking chest holster Glock.
Dude, I've wanted one of those so bad. And my uncle hands me it, and I was like, no freaking way. Dude, like if you can't tell by now, like, I'm kind of like a gear junkie. Like, that's half the fun is, like, getting the gear and using it.
Mm-hmm.
And so, when I was at Sportsman's Warehouse, like, they got those chest pouches for the binoculars, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's got those now.
Those are tight.
And I was like, okay, maybe those are probably, like, $50-$75. No, those are $500. Like, for the not Gucci ones. Like, I'm like, frick that. I was gonna use this elk hunt as an excuse to get all the gear that I've wanted for a long time.
Exactly.
But I was not about to spend $1K on gear and then have to explain that to my wife, dude.
That's ridiculous.
Like, that's not even with binoculars.
Dude, the binocs are like $2,000.
I know. By themselves. If you get, like, actual ones you can see through. Do you remember, like, the binoculars we'd have as kids? Like, you couldn't even see through those trash. Yeah, so he gives me a pouch of binoculars. I'm like, okay, dope. I didn't have to buy my own. I get to use the dope gear. Freaking chest holster. Freaking Glock, dude. And so, I'm in seventh heaven, dude. I got the gear. I'm about to go use it in the woods. It's 3:00 in the morning. We're gonna go freaking kill a beast. So I'm pumped. I put that chest holster on right away. Like, I didn't even wait to get in the truck. We had a 2-hour drive ahead of us, and I put that thing right there on my chest. And then I put everything else in the pack, and I'm wearing this thing. And he's like, grab that gun. I was like, pull up in my jacket, showed him. He's like, all right, good.
Yeah, of course.
And he's got this brand spanking new gun. I don't even know what it is. I've been out of the gun scene for so long. And, it's a new bullet that they've come out with, and it's the hottest new thing. And he's got it in this Browning fluted barrel. It's all like camo, and the barrel's like Cerakoted. Like, oh man,
dang.
So I see that leaning up against the car. I'm like, oh, it's for real. I thread up my boots for the first time, dude. And I did it real nice and slow. I enjoyed every second of lacing those boots up for the first time, dude. You think I'm crazy, but dude, I live for this.
It's funny to me because I know there's gonna be someone listening to this and they're like, oh, I know, yeah, I've done that. Oh, you know, I done that when I went and tracked down my elk. You know it, yep, did that.
So, I just enjoy the moment, dude. Putting on my boots, they're so comfy, and I got the wool socks on. I'm feeling good. I'm not cold whatsoever. It's 40 it's 40 degrees outside. It sounds so wimpy. It's not even 40. Like 40's not even that cold. But we get in the truck and we start driving. He's like, it's a 2-hour drive. I was like, oh great. I have to sit in here with a Glock on my chest for 2 hours and not freaking do anything in the dark. All right, that's fine. So drive goes by quick. We get on a dirt road for the last hour, and we're still an hour out, and we see a herd of elk out on this lake bed, and there's a big old bull with all these cows, and he's like, what the heck are they doing down here? And I'm like, you gonna shoot it? Like, what like, is it already over, dude? He's like, so he keeps driving, because we're not even close to the area we were hunting, and so I was like, dang, this is gonna be just like the past hunts I've been on. We just pull up, shoot it, and throw it in the truck. Like, I'm kind of like disappointed.
Yeah,
like,
you want to pack.
I want to pack it. I want to track it. I want to freaking do manly stuff. All right, I want to be on a real hunt. I don't want to just pull up, shoot it, and throw it in the truck. You
didn't buy all that camo for nothing.
Yeah, I know. I'm not gonna sit in the truck while you shoot it and just $300 for the camo.
All right, let's go drive all the way home.
So I'm like, oh, dang, they're not as sparse, they're not as scared as I thought they would be. Like, this isn't going to be as hard as I thought. But, luckily it was.
I bet.
We get to the spot. It's cold. Uncle Kylie goes and poops. So I'm, like, taking every second. I put on that chest thing, chest pouch for the binoculars. And I'm setting it up so that I have the chest pouch above my Glock, so I have it quick grab in case the bears are there, and so have my jacket open just a little bit.
Tactically equipped.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I have it all tactically set, put on my back, and I'm ready to go. I have my camo mask on, freaking beanie, orange hat on top of the beanie. I'm geared out.
You ain't giving no COVID to those birds or anything out there with that mask too. You already know that.
Well, it's like the
keep your face warm.
ones. Yeah. And of course, gotta stay safe,
No. Those things were a thing before COVID for a reason.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they actually work.
So, I got all this gear on, and my uncle's like, "Oh, great! I left your headlamp at home."
Oh no!
It's pitch black. I'm like, "Oh, we'll probably just be like on a trail. Like that's fine. Like I got the moonlight or whatever." He's digging through his truck. You know those like tiny little stupid little flashlights. It looks like a big flashlight, but it's like super miniature and it's like on a little keychain that people give away for like.
Yeah, is it like a twist on? Like you twist.
This one had a button, but it's like the super cheap ones that people give away like at parades or whatever.
Yeah.
Like
or dentist office.
Yeah, like
maybe not.
And it's like says their name on it.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ace Hardware in Riverton, Wyoming, because
Really?
they're the reason I got up that mountain.
Sponsored.
That tiny little flashlight, even though it seems like it doesn't do anything when you're like around the house and stuff when you got a little bit of light, when it's pitch black out there, dude, that little tiny light was everything.
No way.
Yeah, so we go up this trail a little bit, and then all of a sudden we duck off the trail, and we're just forging our own trail, dude. And so I'm looking down with the flashlight, make sure I don't trip over everything. I actually saw a bear track.
Oh my god.
So I'm like, we're in the woods, bro. And I didn't say anything, and I was like, yeah, we're in the freaking woods in Wyoming. There's gonna be a bear track.
Yeah, Uncle.
No, I wasn't tripping at all. I was excited.
Fresh bear track, dude.
He handed me the gun for the bear tracks, dude. Like at this point, it was basically a bear hunt on my end. Like he can shoot an elk whatever he wants, but I'm over here. I'm waiting for that bear to come grab us because I'm going to bop that thing.
That's what I'm saying, though.
Dome that fool.
You're tracking an elk. Who knows what's tracking you, dude?
No, that becomes very apparent when we start getting in the woods. So we're moving. We're going up this sheer face of a freaking mountain, dude.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Like, no joke. We hiked. It was only like 2 miles, but we were hiking for a good hour, and I was sweating. We're hot. I got all my gear pulled up into a basically crop top. I'm walking through these dark, cold woods, basically freaking naked because it's hot and we're working, dude.
Yeah.
And we keep seeing bear tracks everywhere. And my uncle's like, "Look at these! Look at these!" There's this cute little baby bear track, but baby bear,
mama bear,
papa
big bear,
mama bear,
ain't freaking 3 bears and Goldilocks out there, dude.
It ain't, cause these bears, they don't eat oatmeal, man.
Man, they don't eat
They eat red meat. They pack that red meat, bro. So, my uncle's like, "You should probably put one in the chamber if you don't have one." So I pull out and do it real quiet.
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh, look at that sexy hollow point.
Extra tact.
Put it back in there. Have my jacket open a little bit. Got my hand on that thing because it's kind of sketch, dude. You're literally walking through their home. Like, you don't know where they are. You're literally walking through their home. There's elk tracks and then there's freaking bear tracks on top of them everywhere. And the bear tracks are freaking fatty. So, on my end, this is a freaking bear hunt. We're not looking for the bear, but if the bear finds us, I'm doming that fool, bro.
Oh, dude.
So, I mean, it was the weirdest thing, dude. As soon as we pull up that mountain, I felt the testosterone in my body just rise. I felt like the man I hadn't been in a long time.
Holy cow. Dude.
But the weird thing was, seeing all these bear tracks and nothing, it didn't spike my adrenaline at all. I was just excited.
You're just like, bet.
I was like, let's
what
do
we're
this.
here
I've been
for.
waiting for this for months. And so, I'm like, I'm in the woods, bear tracks everywhere. It's pitch dark. At one point, we walked in a circle. My uncle's like, "This is the weirdest thing. This has never happened to me." I'm
No
like, "Frick!
way.
I thought you knew you were doing, dude." He's like, "This has never happened to me." I was like, "Yeah, we just walked in a circle, and I thought you knew we were doing that." And he's like, "No." And it's like, so keep me in that direction. So I look up at the stars. I'm like, "Okay, we need to be going this way from this star." I'm like, "Okay, well, I'll keep you in the direction." So it didn't happen again, but it's freaking dark. We're not even at the top of the mountain yet. It's been like an hour. Bear tracks everywhere. We stopped, take a breath because this is getting steep. Take a breath, get some water out of our camelbacks. Camelbacks are frozen, dude.
No.
So I took that camelback thing just up against my skin, trying to melt it down, so I can get some water. Freaking hiking our butts off, sweating.
So it was so cold it froze your water out there.
Yeah.
Sick.
In our camelback. Manly. No, like, you remember doing the Klondikes? Was that what they're called? Yeah, Klondike. The snow camp outs?
Yeah.
Yeah. You remember that
There's
crap?
the Klondike bar, but there's also the Klondike
camp out for Boy Scouts.
You dig an ice cave.
Yeah, I never slept in an ice cave, but we slept on a tent on top of the ice cave. Everything freezes at that temperature, dude. You literally pee and it freezes as it's coming out of you.
No, like literally.
You pour a water bottle, as soon as it hits the ground, it's already frozen. Yeah. That's the kind of vibe we're going for. Like, I'm in the middle of the woods, chomping on snow. Like, that's the vibe. So we stopped, dude. We're both... He's like, man, I'm getting old. I'm like, yeah, me too. I'm like 30 years younger than him. Just getting him like 20 years younger than him. And we're sitting there, pitch dark, quiet woods, you know?
Oh my gosh.
My uncle does the biggest side eye ever. Like, his eyes turn this side, slowly towards me. Get the microphone, hear this. And I was like, I looked down. It was my freaking stomach, dude.
What the frick, dude?
Loudest frick. Sounded just like a bear growling.
Oh my gosh. Dude.
And my uncle's like, I was like, that's me. He's like, oh my gosh. I scared myself.
Oh.
Like, I'm just breathing, and then I look down, and it's my stomach, dude. I'm like, oh, frick, bro.
Dude.
So we finished climbing this hill, and my uncle was telling me that his son, he didn't come because he's got state cross country that he's going to be doing very well at, so he didn't want to pack out a couple 100 pounds of meat and then be sore the rest of the week for state cross country meet. So he stayed behind. Sad day. Would have been fun to have him around, but he was telling me the weekend before he's taken me to the same spot that he climbed right up the hill, and there was an elk just sitting at the top of the hill. It was too small for my little cousin to shoot. And he's like, I'm not shooting that thing. It's too small. So I'm like, all right, we might be pulling up on like elk. Like, they're just gonna be up there. He knows where they're at. So we finally reached we reached the summit of this little hill, and daylight's barely breaking. Like, we were able to turn off our lights, and we're just walking real quiet, down low, just scanning the area. And I start zoning out, dude. Like, the adrenaline of climbing the hill's over. I got my jackets up, just trying to cool off. But at the same time, I'm like, these elk are gonna smell me, dude. I freaking stink.
Oh, dude.
It's
All that perspirating it.
6:30 in the morning, and I'm already stinky. People aren't even out of bed yet.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm feeling good, but I'm like zoning out, like, and I look up, dude. 2 bull elk, 50 yards in front of us, just standing there, just amazing creatures, dude. It was so cool. Sun's just barely rising. These 2 bull elk, just majestic as frick. I swear,
No
there's like a
way,
little
dude.
fog coming up. It was majestic as frick, and I was like, oh frick. So I threw up my mask to like try and cover as much breath scent as I was putting out. Threw down my shirt and like kind of hunched down. I was like, hey. My uncle was in front of me, like 5 yards in front of me. Didn't see him. He's still just kind of like crunching on the snow, like walking up. And he was trying to get his pouch open so that he can check up on the ridge across from us to see if there were elk. Because he didn't think he'd walk up 50 yards from an elk again. Like,
Yeah.
there's 2 bulls sitting right there, dude. And I'm like, hey, Kylie. And right as I said that, later on I find out that he didn't hear me whatsoever. So I was like, yeah, I'm saving the day, dude. I'm putting myself in this hunting story right now.
Yeah.
I'm the reason he's gonna kill this thing. So he looks up, he's like, oh, frick. Swings his gun over, pulls it up, but the elk had started trotting away, but they weren't running fast, so I don't think they'd seen us. They just had heard the noise and were just like whatever.
Yeah, like kind of over.
So so they start moving, and so we're like right below like the top of the hill, and so they start sinking down. So you just see less and less of them because they're going down a little bit. And he couldn't get a shot off, man. He's got them in the scope, but he just watches them sink in the horizon. Turns to me, dang it, frick. I was like, dude, you just missed your freaking chance. Like, we probably, for what all I know, is they smelled us and they were gone, and every elk in that area was gone. And I was like, oh. 7:30 in the morning and it's over. Or it was like 6:30.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't know if it's light enough to shoot. I was like, dude, just shoot him. So we we start marching up there. I was like, they're not moving very fast. I don't think they actually saw us or smelled us yet. He's like, yeah, me neither. So we start moving in on them, and we can't find them. And meanwhile, I see a fresh, like I'm talking within the last 24 hours, fresh bear tracks. So I'm like, oh, maybe they caught scent of the bear. Like it's over, dude. They either saw us or they caught scent of the bear and they're gone.
Oh my gosh.
So we're moving, and he starts looking over on that ridge again. He's like, there's some big bulls over there, dude. And I was like, and he's like, what do you want to do? I said, oh, well, I forgot to tell you. We did get to the top of the hill, and he's like, I did see them, but they saw me for sure. Like, they were looking at me. And so I was like, well, if you think they for sure saw you, then I personally think, because I think they're skittish as frick. They're obviously huge, majestic animals that are just on top of the mountain, never see people. So I'm like, frick. If they saw you, then yeah, let's go chase those ones on the other ridge. He's like, it's like a 15-minute hike over there. I was like, if the wind's not gonna blow our scent over there, then I say we just go over there, because I say these guys are a done deal. It's like, okay, let's get up here a little bit and then see if we can see him down in the little bowl area, and if we can't, we'll head over there. So we start moving. He's watching over here at those bulls over on the other ridge, and he sees a spike. He's like, no, there's one over here, and he's not gonna be alone. So we're sitting over there, and we're just moving up on them a little bit, and he's like, there's a big bull in there. There's a big bull in there. So we hunker down. We're glassing them up in our binoculars, and I see him. It was so cool, dude, watching these animals like just cooperate with each other. What's the word?
Yeah.
But and like
coexist with each other.
Yeah, it was so cool. So I see a bull, and I couldn't tell if the other one was a cow or a bull, but like it really looked like they were playing. Like the bull was like trotting and looking back at like the cow was like, hey, come on. Like that's what was going through my mind, and it was so cool to see, like just like they had no idea we were there. Yeah, and we were just watching their lives. Yeah, it was so cool. And so they get up in these trees, and he's like, I'm going to shoot one as soon as they come out of the tree. So we're waiting, and the silence is like starting to be broken, because you can hear their antlers knocking on the trees and stuff. It was so cool, dude. Sunlight's peeking up right behind us. Wind's in our face. Perfect scenario, right?
Oh, yeah.
So he's got his gun up against the trees, and I've got my binoculars. We're just waiting for them to come out. I can't see them at all.
You just know they're over there. So
I just know they're in that section of the trees. So we're waiting for them to either come up the hill, because we're looking down in a bowl a little bit. Uh-huh. So we're either waiting for them to go right up the hill, or just never see them again, because they go duck down in the trees and are gone, and we're not going to be able to get a shot off. So we're just waiting there. It's maybe a minute and a half. He's like, no, they came out. And I was like, okay, I see him. He's like, I think I see the biggest one. I'm going to shoot that one. I'm like, okay. So I got my binoculars in one hand, covering that ear with my shoulder, and covering this ear with my hand, and I'm waiting for him to take the shot. I hear him say something. I unplug my ear.
Oh, no, dude.
I spaz out, dude. I feel the muzzle blast in my face, and I'm like, oh, frick. So I hit my hat off with my binoculars. I'm like falling over on my back. I'm like, oh, frick. I get back up. He's like, I got him. I'm going to take another shot. Well, no. I'm like, oh, okay. We're in this now. So I pull my binoculars up. He's like, oh, my ear. Oh, frick.
Wait, he said that or you?
Yeah, him. He's like, oh, I think it's bleeding. I was like, I'd watched him put his earmuffs on his neck before we left.
Oh,
I was like, your earmuffs are on your just blasted again. He's like, oh, dang it. I was like, your earmuffs are on your neck. He puts them up and again, and we're watching it. And this is, I'm not going to get super gory with this, but the elk was laying down. He'd obviously hit it, and both our ears are ringing. He's like, all right, I'm gonna finish him off. And so he puts his earplugs in what he thinks is his bleeding ears,
I'm sure, dude.
Dude, he's
that
like,
caliber.
He's like,
no
oh.
earplugs, no ear protection.
Yeah, and I'm like 10 feet away from him, and I get the muzzle blast in my face, like it's
holy crap,
deadening. Dude. So he finally puts his earplugs in, his useless ears as they are, and blasted again finally. And so we're like, yes. He's like, dude, I think it's pretty big. And I was like, yeah, dude, like, do you think it's one of the ones we saw over there? He's like, I don't know, but if it is, it's going to be pretty wide, because when we saw them over there, they're pretty freaking wide. And so we're stoked, and I'm like finally awake now. I'm like, yo, we on the mountain. Boom! There's the flavor. we out here, dude. We did it. What's going on? So we hike over there, and it was so cool. I mean, it was kind of sad, but like the elk are like, I thought they were way more skittish than this. Like 3 freaking booms, and they're just up in the like tree line. They're just looking at
looking around, trying to figure out what's going on.
They're looking at us and at their buddy that's on the ground. Poor things.
They're probably like, what the heck just happened to you, dude?
Yeah, what happened to Dave over there, dude?
Dave just went down.
Oh, Dave's taking a nap, dude. Why is it so loud in here?
Oh my god.
No, that's messed up. But I'm looking at these. I just sit there and watch these other elk. They're amazing creatures, dude. And so then we hike over there and we're trying to find him. It's like he was standing right next to a tree, and then he slid down a little bit. So we couldn't find him for a second, but he was a little just further than we thought, about 250-yard shot.
Dang.
And man, cool freaking creatures. They like you expect them to be ginormous, like when you see like the cast iron like sculptings of them, like we've got some in cedar.
Oh yeah,
they're like ginormous. It wasn't as big as I thought it would be, and so I was like, okay. I know Kylie, and I know how he tells hunting stories. I want to be part of this hunting story. So I walk up. I was like, dang, Kylie, it's kind of small. For all, I feel so bad because I got in his head so bad because I expected him to be like, we walk up to this freaking ginormous elk, and McKade's like, dang, Kylie, it's kind of small. And so I was like, yeah, I'm going to be part of the story. And he's like,
you actually can't crush the man.
No, he's like, dang, you're kind of right.
Oh, shoot, dude.
I was like, dang it.
But I mean, even if you said it there, you already know he's going to exaggerate and not say
Oh,
it.
of course. You got to exaggerate the story, man. It's a hunting story. So, we start working on this elk.
It's not the reaction you were thinking.
No, yeah, I was like, dang. Rip. And it really actually did kind of look smaller. So I was like, maybe I shouldn't say it, but no, I still said it. It was kind of small. I mean, it wasn't tiny. I mean, it was a good mature bull. It just not trophy. So,
sure.
You good on time?
No, I'm big chilling.
Because we could split this into 2. Holy frick, we've been talking for an hour. All right. So we start working on processing this elk, and he's like, just look up every once in a while, make sure there's no bears coming in, because there's birds chirping and stuff all around us after we shot those shots. He's like, some say that gunshot's a dinner bell for these bears, and others say the birds are what tells the bear, because those birds will come down and start eating the meat as soon as you're processing it.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, it's not over for me yet.
Late, yeah. Hand on the Glock, dude.
He starts processing the elk. Super cool process, I think.
Yeah.
Like the way that it's just down to a science, but and so I started helping him, looking up every once in a while. And at one point, I grabbed this tuft of fur. And I'm like, why is this separate from the body? I lift it up. This elk's butthole staring me right in the face. It's like, oh gosh!
Shoot, dang darn!
It had its tail in my hand. But I mean, that's not gross compared to all the other stuff you're grabbing in there.
Yeah.
But no, we start processing. He's like, let's just take the hide off because it's just gonna be more weight that we have to pack. Later on, we regret taking the hide off because we ended up dragging 150 pounds behind us, got 100 pounds in our pack, 100 plus pounds in our pack, and we end up shuttling this meat up and down. So we go, and we're going down the opposite face because there's a old mining trail that goes through there. So we're like, okay, we'll just hike down to the mining trail, grab a sled, and then take the sled out to where kind of a big circle of how we hiked in. So I'm like, yeah, let's do that instead of hiking back down the no trail face of the cliff.
Where you just came from.
So we start shuttling it down. We go down 100 yards, set down the meat we had, go back up, grab the rest of the meat, go back down, go down another 100 yards, go back up. It's a freaking workout.
Holy cow,
dude. Yeah.
dude.
And so we shuttling this, and meanwhile, and I think this is one of the coolest parts of hunting, because I would say this makes it more sportsmanlike, because now it's you versus nature. You're getting this meat out before the bears come to that gut pile and start munching, and then they see you holding the good stuff. Yeah. So we're watching out for bears. We're trying to get this stuff off the mountain before they're coming over and eating it. And oh my gosh, dude, it was freaking. We're dragging this meat. It's just getting obliterated. I felt so bad, dude. It's just getting all muddy and gross. And the whole time we're like, frick, we should have left the hide on. And we're packing what we can in our packs. And yeah, I mean, it was just cool to see like the process, you know.
Yeah.
Like, I've killed animals, I've gutted animals, but like for some reason this time was different, because we tracked it, we watched it, we killed it, we processed it, and now we're hiking it out.
Mm-hmm.
And so and that was the process that I'd craved. I mean, it was hard. It was so hard, dude, carrying that stuff down the hill, and then 2 miles on a trail out. And then we got it down to the trail, left half the meat, and carried what we could out. And I have the antlers on my back, as well as the back straps from the elk in my backpack, and then he's got like a quarter in his pack, and we're just hiking. And then we get back to the truck. Finally, it felt like forever, dude.
Holy cow.
It was only about 2 miles is what we were guessing, but man, it felt like forever. We finally get to the truck, and we have to go back and do it again. Grab the sled, go back, and it's getting muddy, and the snow's melting. So throw this muddy meat into the sled and tug it, dude. It's like 350 pounds worth of meat in this sled. And we tug it out of there in the mud and rocks, taking turns. And I'm like trying to get this over with so I can go take a hot shower and go take a nap. That's what I was looking forward to. That's what got me through cross country races and stuff. Is like, what's after? Good eating, sleeping. So,
See what?
yeah, I won't bore you with the details, but it was pain.
Dang.
But at the same time, I was having the time of my life, dude. I was having so much fun packing this meat out.
The Snapchat you sent me.
Okay.
You guys, packing it out?
Yeah, so that Snapchat, I was just wearing my t-shirt at that point and my pants, and then I had the Glock on my chest, and I knew you'd like that, having that holster on my chest, because you like the underarm holsters.
Yeah, no, any holsters are sweet.
Yeah, and I just saw at one point a guy in the mountains wearing a tactical holster with it on the chest. So like, I've been dreaming of having one of those. Every time I go in the mountains, just have a Glock on my chest. Yeah. So I was like, Russ is gonna dig this. So I take a Snapchat video of me wearing the Glock, and then my uncle pulling the sled, and sent that to you. And then, but really, you want to see the actual Snapchat I took before that I didn't send to you?
Probably.
So I have me acting all happy with this. Where is it?
So one of those first ones right there?
Yeah, I guess it's this one. Here's the sound. For the listeners, gosh. I'm just like, dreading walking along, and I was like, wait, I can't send that to Russ, because I'm going to try and convince him to go hunting with me next season. So at the actual snap, I'm all smiling.
All sick. That's hilarious.
But yeah, it was pain, dude. We finally get it out. Go to the butcher. The butcher's like, I'm not taking this freaking crap. What the frick did you do to this poor elk?
No way.
We're like, dude, we had to drag it. The snow was melted. Like, there was nothing we could do. Obviously,
you couldn't just clean it off?
No. So he's like, so we go to this guy, my uncle's buddy's house. And this is probably my favorite part of the whole trip, dude. I don't know why this hit me so hard, but we go to this guy's house, and he's just, he's a sportsman. He's like got his hat just barely sitting on his head, just talking to his neighbor. Yeah, what up, man?
Yeah.
We just pull right up. He's got this insulated shed that's got an AC unit in it, blowing 44-degree air all the time. So he's got a meat shack.
Oh,
Homemade meat shack, dude.
Heck?
So instead of hanging it up at the butcher's, we go hang it up at this guy's house. He's already got 2 antelope in there and some other meat I don't know.
Holy
And then
crap.
so we're hanging up our elk, and this guy's like, dang, that's a nice one. And I was like, yeah, it's not as big as I thought it was. I was like, dang, I really messed him up.
Ruined it, man.
He's like, yeah, it's not as big as I thought it was. What do you think it'll score, like 180? And they'll start laughing. Heck no, this is a 150 max. And he's like, oh, dang. And they're like, no, dude, it's a good elk. Don't be ashamed of it. I mean, I would have shot it, but like, it's not a trophy, that's for sure.
Oh my god.
So as we're standing there talking, all these high school kids start showing up, and they're like, "Hey man, what's up, Chatfield? What's up?" Like, cause he teaches them in school
he's a
and
teacher,
stuff,
yeah.
and they're in his ward or whatever, and they're like, "Oh, what's up?" And each one of these kids got an antelope head in their hand, and then they're all carrying legs of the antelope and stuff. Start hanging up all their meat, and the dad's like, "Let Chatfield hang up the meat first. We can hang up the antelope later. We gotta get back out there." And we're like, "Where are you guys going?" "We can't tell you. We got more tags to fill." I'm like, "It's a freaking sleigh fest over here." They got 4 antelope in the freezer, and the kid's like, "What other tags you got?" He's like, "Well, I got whitetail buck, whitetail doe, another antelope tag, and I got another general elk tag that we gotta fill. So we're going out tonight to see what we can get."
Oh,
I'm
my
laughing my
gosh.
butt off. I'm like, what in the
doing
world?
the most.
Dude, like, literally, they don't do anything but hunt during the season, dude. And the fact that it's just like everyone comes to this guy's house and just hangs up their meat in the freezer, like, that's freaking goals. Like, everyone come over to McKade's house. It's the season. Everyone come out of my house. We'll cook up whenever. We'll hang up your meat.
Oh my god.
And so I'm just laughing my butt off. And my uncle's like, no, it's like this every year. They pull out for literally everything. And they call it hunting for Jesus, because then they'll just take all the meat to all the old ladies and all the people in need in the ward. So they get to have the fun of hunting, but then they don't have to...
Then they hooking everybody up.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, that is so sick.
That's super sick.
And so I'm still kind of laughing about it. I'm like, this is so funny, because it reminds me of, like, all the kids we went to high school with. All the
And I was
going
going
to
say, those kids that literally took, like, almost a month of school off.
Oh, yeah.
Just to hunt.
Well, we literally had a week vacation.
Yeah.
And we called it a hunting break, or fall... What was
it was fall break.
But
But it was literally when the hunt was going on.
Yeah. And everyone would be deer hunting. And so I was laughing because all these kids were just goofy hicks. And then the dad was like one of my scout leaders. Like, I was just living it up again. It was so funny.
Dang.
And so I was kind of laughing about it. And then we were telling my cousin about it. And I was like, oh yeah, I met some of your school buddies. Freaking sleigh fest over there. They had already like 5 animals and they're going to get more. And my little cousin's like, yeah, it's like that every year. They pull out for everything. Says the exact same thing my uncle does. It's like, so they're known. They're known for
oh my gosh.
just hunting. But yeah, dude, I built a lot of character carrying that freaking elk out.
Holy cow.
My legs were just bricks the next morning.
Back in my day, I packed a whole elk out.
Uphill both ways.
Yeah.
Mud and snow.
That's character for you.
No, yeah, dude.
Something proud of right there.
And the whole time I was thinking of how much fun it would be for me, you, and Logan to go up, set up a tent, camp.
Miss every shot.
Logan's out there with his AR just blasting.
Dude,
Can't hit nothing.
Oh my gosh.
That's funny. No, I think you guys will have the same experience as me, just being in the woods, actually doing it for real instead of watching.
Well, we got like, that stamina and that adrenaline. Like, I feel like all 3 of us have it, and like we could just go.
No, and one of the details I forgot to mention too was halfway up that hill in the middle of the dark, my uncle stops and we start taking a breath, and he's like, "Smells like elk. You smell that?" I was like, "Daggum, this man's straight out of the woods." and then I start sniffing. I'm like, "Daggum, I can actually smell the elk. Like, this is dope. Like, the hunter sense is real, bro." But yeah, like, that was my experience, dude. It just the people that create the Cabela's Big Game Hunter Wii game, You ever play that when I had the Wii?
Yeah.
And like the magazines and stuff, they get it right. Like those beautiful pictures of the guy hiking up the hill in the sunset or whatever. You know, like just general hunting magazine pictures.
Yeah.
Like it's like that in real life. It's like picture perfect every second of the time.
Dang.
Like it's not like when you go to the beach and you have to have the right weather, right waves and stuff to get the good picture. Just when you're on that mountain and the sun's rising, it's just beautiful.
Oh, I bet.
And so when that sun was all the way up and we're processing that elk, and just look up and you can just see for miles, and you just see white ground with bright green evergreens just sticking out. It's beautiful, dude.
Holy cow. Dang. Well.
So yeah, I had a great
one heck of a weekend, man.
Yeah, it was.
Wow.
It was cool.
That's.
But yeah, you want to do that next year, dude?
I'm down.
I mean, let's start off with deer, because elk, like, that's a whole nother story, like we were saying before. But
like 10 out of 10, we need GoPros, all three of us.
oh yeah, and film it.
That'd be sick.
Yeah, like the whole time, like I said, it's picture perfect the whole time. Like, get some cinematic shots of you lacing up your boots, throwing one in the chamber. Like I don't know if I just fantasize about the hunt so much because I watched so many hunting shows as a kid. Because I just would live vicariously through the magazines and the TV because I didn't grow up in the family.
No, same.
So yeah, and that's back to our last podcast. We talked about that and how our families were not. But anyways, yeah, I just couldn't wait to tell you, dude. Especially the stomach growl part.
Dude,
did I have you going there?
That had me going there, and I was literally like, "What is going on?" But now I know what's going on.
What's going on with McKade and Russ?
Yeah.
Another episode down. If you watched the full hour, thank you so much.
Props.
Like and subscribe.
Mad props. We had you on the edge of your seat. Definitely I was.
Sure hope so.
I was like a little kid getting the story told to him for a minute.
I know. I was hoping you'd get the truck too, dude.
Yeah.
Even though I knew. But it's okay. We'll have a truck for next season and we'll take it hunting.
No, he'll get one. No doubt. We'll definitely take it. Yeah.
But yeah, we need to convince him to get a freaking Tacoma or a freaking Tundra. Because I'd feel too bad taking a huge freaking Silverado off road because
that's what he's gonna get it for, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That is true.
So.
All right. See you guys next time.
Take her easy.
See you guys next time on.
What's going on?
What's going on with McKade
and Russ.